of his speech, making sure that he can use different tonalities, different points in his speech, and that's essentially what I'm going to be evaluating him on. So yeah, without any further ado, Stallone, come up and give us your speech.
Thank you. Well, I didn't think I was going to be called now. I thought it was going to be later, so they set me up. Give them another round of applause. Okay, so let's do this. A couple of years ago, after working for a multinational company, and I decided to stop working, doing 9 to 5, right, and just start my business. And then along the line, we had some political issues in the country which affected the economic state of the country, and by extension affected my business. If you've ever been on the HR part side, whenever there's any issue, people would say the companies would simply go, can we cut down on trainings? So that affected me. So my business went down. I struggled. Then we were all looking for a way, myself and my wife were looking for a way to get things done. So she found someone that would help me. We agreed was going to help. And so we visited him. We had a talk. We had that talk for about 3 hours. I then said, I'd like to be in your space. I'd like you to coach me. I'd like you to mentor me. He said, that's okay, but it was going to cost me. So how much? Ran into thousands of dollars. Now when you're broke, you're easily upset. You get easily upset. So I left his office angry because I didn't have the money. So I was getting on to the elevator. My wife stopped me and said, wait, hold on. What's the challenge? Is it that you lack the capacity to pay or the willingness to? Now that moment was a defining moment for me. Because there's a difference when you have the capacity and you don't have the willingness, or when you have the willingness, you don't have the capacity. So I said, I have the willingness. You know, the ego thing set it, but I needed to humble myself. I have the willingness, but I don't have the money. Okay, so then let's look for the money. Long story short, we got the money, I got a loan. Even when I was transferring, when I was making the payment, I was asking myself if I was doing the right thing. Do you know why? I have never spent a dime. I have never spent a dime on myself learning. I've always invested in my career growth, not in my personal growth. The question I want to ask you today is, do you have a personal growth plan? Not a career growth plan. Do you have a personal growth plan? I didn't have. But that changed my life. That coaching relationship changed my life. I became more conscious. I became more intentional. It stretched me. How did it stretch me? I had to be humble, listen to my wife. 2, I had to summon the courage to be vulnerable enough to ask for the money to invest in coaching. In fact, the person I spoke to said, what's coaching? It stretched me, but that changed my life. Nobody likes to be stretched. Nobody. I don't even like to be stretched. Here's the thing. This is the comfort zone. This is the goal, where we want to get to. Between the comfort zone and the goal is called the tension zone. A tension zone pulls you, that's where you have the storm, or everything that you hate is there. There's something to be gained as you move, and it's usually uphill, and nobody likes it. What does this mean for us at Toastmasters? What does it mean for you as a Toastmaster? At Toastmasters, we have a plan. We have a way we measure our progress. I wanted to project this, but I don't know if we'll have time to begin to do that. If we can do that, that's fine. Okay? So, we have a plan, but I'll keep going. We have a plan how we measure our success, and it's called the DCP goals. Now, if you're here for the first time, we have a way we measure ourselves, whether we're growing or not. You give me a moment, let me see if I can, because that's when it will really make sense. And then once I project, I'm going to really run. Oh, let's see. So just give me a moment, say, okay, please. So sorry for breaking the flow. I really didn't want to do this. So, okay, Bill.
After fall, just show up at your doorstep.
What's that? Is that me? Oh. Is that me? Oh.
I think that's right.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Very good. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, I think I was listening to a podcast, sorry. Yeah, I was listening to a podcast. So sorry. Now let's see. Okay, here we go. So this is it. Come on. This is it. One last. Okay. Let's see if we can get this. Good. Okay. Here we go. So this is it, and now I'm going to go really fast. So the essence is so that we understand. Just when my time is up, I just stop. Okay. So this is it. We're celebrating 100 years, but we can all go on and say, hey, it's 100 years. What does it mean to me? Okay, that's why I want us to pay attention. So we have a way that we measure ourselves. The moment you get into the club, you need to ask yourself, what's my plan? How many years am I giving myself? How many months? From month 1 to month 3, where am I going to get to? If you don't have that plan, the growth, it's going to stunt your growth. It's going to stunt my growth. Now this is what we do. At the end of the day, you know, by June 30th, this is what's supposed to happen within the club, but I'm focused on the individual. So that's why I'm talking to us, the leadership, the club committee, they know all of this. See, if we have, please listen, please. The way we're measured into different categories. I'm just going to look at the education. 4 levels. So if 4 persons in this club hit level 1, I'm going to explain what level 1 is, but I'm going to go fast. If 4 persons hit level 1, would achieve the first goal. If 2 persons from this 4 hit level 2, would achieve the second goal. If 2 other persons achieve level 2, we hit the third goal. If 2 persons achieve level 3, you see that from this point to this point, you actually need people from these 4, right? Let's say we're starting from scratch. If 1, 2, 3, 4 achieve level 1, 2 achieve level 2, we get to step 2. 2 achieve another level 2, we go to step 3. Another 2 go to level 3, we hit level 4. And the reason I'm saying this is that when we don't understand how this works as individuals, we leave it for the president and the vice and his team. Let them, we have no idea. I just want to come here and deliver a speech. There's a path. Can you tell your neighbor there's a path? Just tell somebody, there's a path. There's a path. No, meaning, tell them there's a path. Some of us don't know. There's a path, there's a pathway. Okay? So, if we... That's the truth. So, 1 level 4, if we get here, we'll hit level 5. See, this one is even complicated. See, if we just go here. If we get 4 new persons, dual or reinstated members, we will hit another score here. So, tell your friend to tell a friend. Tell somebody, tell a friend. Just tell him. Oh, is your best friend. Tell a friend. I'm serious. Tell a friend. Tell somebody close to you. Tell a friend. Come on. Tell somebody. Tell a friend. Oh, if you don't understand, tell him. Tell a friend. Tell him. Tell a friend. Please tell people to come. That's where we go. So 4 new persons, we just grow. But it's something I want to share here. Now, out of the 10 goals, if we achieve 5, if we achieve 5 out of the 10 goals, this club becomes a distinguished club. What's happening? Becomes a distinguished club. If we achieve 7 out of the 10, we become a select distinguished. If we achieve 9 out of the 10, we become a president distinguished. Does that make sense? I'm trying to say, you may not understand, but I'm saying that the growth of the club in the eyes of Toastmasters International is dependent on the actions of every one of us. If we grow, the club grows. If we just come every Wednesday, every other Wednesday to speak and go away, and we don't ask the question, where is the pathway? Where's my pathway? How am I growing? This club, we will have the members, but what's the quality? We might have the width. Do we have the depth? Right? Do you understand? Are you following me? Okay, great. So now, what does each level take? See, I've spoken to some people and they think the level is hard. No, if you take a pathway, this is it. This is level 1. You do these speeches here. Level 1. And then that's level 1. If you do another one, I want to demonstrate something. I was looking at this at home. Okay, this is not going to stop me. Okay, this is level 2. This is level 3. Now, this is what I discovered. If this is one speech.
No, sorry, you've spoken for 10 minutes now.
Sorry?
You've spoken for 10 minutes. Just you know.
15. Okay, so I've done 10 minutes.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Okay.
I thought you.
Alright, so it's okay. So it's a good thing that you warned me. It's okay. So look at it. If we do 1, 2, 3, 4 speeches, you do 5, 6, 7 speeches, 8, 9, 10 speeches. I mean, I'm saying, this is just me saying it. There might be some variations here and there. I think in 3 months, you can go from 0 to level 3. I think so. Now, even if it takes 4 months, that is doable. But it begins with whether we want to do it or not. And the reason I'm reading this out is so it's not just the president or the vice of the committee hearing this, but that all of us understand that we've got a part to play. So I'm going to round off with this. There's a radio station called WIIFM. Do we know that station?
What's in it for me?
What's in it for me? Ask yourself. I said this somewhere and people contested it. And I'm going to say it again. Please be a little bit selfish. Do you understand what I'm saying? Allow yourself to ask yourself, what's in this for me? Why am I spending 2 hours here? It's not enough to speak here. It's a lot better if we achieve something bigger together. So we want this club to be president distinguished. We want this club to move on. So we're saying, in my head I'm saying, if we have 5 persons today, January, we say 5 persons, and we say, we want to know where you are, and then we want to move you. See, almost every other meeting we're going to, now this is me speaking like this, but we can put in the plans. When I started back in Nigeria, I had my president called me and said, you are one of the persons that would help us get distinguished. Now the moment he said that to me and explained this to me, I knew I had a responsibility. You know what I did? I was speaking every week, not in my club alone. I was looking for clubs to speak. I was looking for clubs to speak. I was just always asking, is there a place I can deliver a speech? And you know what that did to me? It helped me grow faster. I remember Kyle. Kyle is one person that can, in 2 minutes, can tell you stories, and they're fascinating. I asked him once, I said, how do you do this? He said something. He said, you have two kinds of people at Toastmasters. The first kind is the kind that would grow as the pace just allows them to go. The other kind, the other kind of people would come, set their pace and grow. And those people, what helps them to grow is competition. Why is that? Because competition puts pressure on you. And when it stretches you, it brings the best out of you. Go home, let us all go home with this example, please. This example. If you get to the airport and you find a plane, and the plane just goes on the runway, is it ever going to take off? Is it ever going to take off? No. Research has shown, I don't know, but I think you would agree with me, that the energy it takes for the plane to take off is a lot more than the energy it needs to stay afloat. If you want to grow at Toastmasters, as a new person, you need that momentum, you need that pressure to kick off. Otherwise, it takes 3 months, 6 months, 10 months, 1 year, 3 years. You've still not given your icebreakers. And then even when you speak, because the pressure is not there, you see you're not growing. Because you don't put yourself in a place where people evaluate, people put pressure on you, and you say, I need to get better. You see, my stuff is messed up, but I know what I want to see. I wasn't like this. It took time, and I'm still growing. You see, beautiful speakers, still growing. If this club has to grow, if the area has to grow, every one of us needs to put pressure on ourselves. We need to stretch. A teacher said, I'll round off with this. A teacher said, if you will not put pressure on yourself so that your tomorrow will be better, why are you looking forward to tomorrow? It doesn't make sense. If your tomorrow won't be better than today, why are you looking forward to it? So if you won't get better fast, why are you even here? I think it's a self-reflecting question we need to ask ourselves. I need to stop before I hurt somebody.
Thank you, Stallone. The only thing I